Okay everyone, now I'm going to explore the sensitivity analysis, or the other name of this method is what-if analysis. So basically, sensitivity analysis is a technique which allows us to analyze the changes in assumptions used in a forecast. Most economic evaluations involve estimating project parameters, such as initial investment, prices, interest rates, benefit, and costs. And in fact, those assumptions may change due to several causes. The factors that may change the parameter, including situational effect, the fluctuating rate, for example, inflation rate, exchange rate, and unexpected behavior while the business is running. Sensitivity analysis develops a better understanding how uncertainty affects the outcome of the evaluations. And then there are three keys that must be answered in the business forecast. For example, what if the investment cost changes? What if the annual benefit changes? What if the interest rate changes? And those three questions can be answered by using this method, which is sensitivity analysis or what-if analysis. So as manager, they need to prepare for increasing costs, pricing pressure from competitors, and other changing business conditions. Limitation of changes or fluctuation in value that may change investment decisions are called sensitivity level. By knowing the sensitivity level, then the anticipation action will be much prepared and well managed. Assumptions that used in sensitivity analysis is you may only consider one parameter at one time when it's changing, while the other parameters are assumed to be relatively fixed in one analysis equations. To find out the other sensitivity, we need to build another equations. And sensitivity analysis can be viewed as two perspectives in here. For example, the first one is sensitivity analysis can be occur when the break-even analysis is happen. And the BEP situation can be occur when the NPV equals to 0 or the annual equivalent is 0. And this analysis can answer, for example, what production level is necessary in order for the present worth of a project to be greater than 0. And sensitivity analysis can be happen to various parameters, or we can call it scenario analysis. It allows us to look at the impact of the varying several parameters at one time. So you can determine the first best alternative, the second best alternative, and you can calculate the sensitivity level of the desired parameter. Now let's take a look at the practice one in here. There are several information, for example, investment, annual benefit, annual cost, salvage value, useful life, MAR, which is known as interest rate or annual percentage rate, and the information as shown in this column. Now we are going to examine how sensitive one parameter to another parameter. Okay, so to solve this using sensitivity analysis, you have to create a formula. So the basic formula for sensitivity analysis, you can choose better whether present worth analysis or annual worth. In this case, we only have one investment or one alternative. If you face two or more than one alternative, it is better you choose annual equivalence. And if the alternative has different useful life, so you may choose the annual equivalent. Now we are going to examine the investment sensitivity. So just put the formula. This is the basic formula. Okay, minus for cost and positive one for the revenue or income. And then we are going to look further how sensitive the investment is. Now we are going to isolate the big I in here. Big I is investment. And then we have annual benefit, salvage value, and annual cost. Annual benefit, you can put 400 as shown in this column. Annual benefit is 400, and then salvage value is 700, and annual cost is minus 50 because it is a cost. And then just isolate the big I in here because we want to look further how sensitive the investment is. Okay, using the common factor, just time it, and then we get the initial investment sensitivity level that falls in 1,587.6 million. Okay, so the result shows that the sensitivity investment falls in these numbers. So if the investment cost increase from 1 million to this value, it means the investment is still feasible. Okay, still profitable. You may continue to use this alternative. But if the investment cost exceeds this value, this investment sensitivity value, then the investment is no longer feasible. Okay, so we have the range of tolerations of investment. Okay, now the second practice, we are going to examine the benefit sensitivity. Okay, to examine the benefit sensitivity, we are going to isolate the annual benefit. Okay, we cover this alphabet, okay, and put the rest alphabet into the exact value. For example, initial investment is 1 million, just 1,000, just put 1,000 in here. And salvage value is 700, and the annual cost is 50. Okay, just ignore the annual benefit one because we are going to calculate the benefit sensitivity level. Okay, just use simple algebra, and then we got the annual benefit level, which is 114.63 million. And what exactly that value is? The results show that the sensitivity of annual benefit falls in this value, 200 something. So if the actual benefit only gain less than this sensitivity level, then the project became unacceptable. So it's no longer profitable again. So the decline in benefit is only acceptable until this value, which is 214.63 million. Okay, alright, now we are going to examine the cost sensitivity. Okay, just like the previous step before, we are going to isolate the annual cost. Just cover the annual cost and put the other parameters into the exact value or the exact number, which is investment is 1 million, annual benefit is 400, and salvage value is 700. Just neglect the annual cost, just put it alone. And then using the simple algebra in here, we got the annual cost is 235.36 million. And then what is the exactly of this value? Definition is, the result shows that the operational costs are very sensitive to the value of 235.36 million. So if the actual operational cost exceeds this sensitivity level, then the investment will not be feasible again. Okay, just highlight his definitions. So vice versa, the increase in operational costs are still acceptable until between the range of this sensitivity level. Okay, now we are going to examine the sensitivity level of interest. So rate of interest sensitivity can be applied when the net present value equals to 0. So the other name of this statement is we are finding the internal rate of return. So the step of finding the sensitivity level is just like the step of finding of internal rate of return. Okay, so you may use the interpolation process. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, we got the formula, and then in this case we are going to find out the little I in here because I represent the interest. Okay, just cover this little I, just hide this little I first, and put the other parameter into the exact value. Okay, 1,400, 750. And then we may use the internal rate of return method. We use interpolations. Okay, you may watch my video of interpolation, okay, which is taken from the internal rate of return video. Okay, using interpolation, so you have to implement trial error analysis. So you have to examine, so you have to guess it, so you have to estimate that this number belongs to a certain range. For example, 30% and 40%. So let's say that this number are located within this number. Okay. Okay, now we are going to implement the interpolations. Okay, using interpolation, and then we got the value. Okay, we got the value that 30.18%. So the investment will be very sensitive if the interest rate exceeds this level, which is 30.80%.